Hey, mystical soul tribe, we're doing something different. Welcome back into the channel. If you're new here, I'm so glad your energy found your way here today. So today's message is a little bit special because we're tapping into doggy spirit today. Been wanting to do this for a while. I got this deck because it was so bloody cute. And if you know dogs, wolves, especially dogs, right? This is just, it's just pure, loyal, unconditional love, but also protection, instinct, and guidance. So we're doing a pick a card here. We got 3 cards as your reminder that, like, if this message found you, it's found you for a reason, right? So take a moment, beautiful souls, drop into your heart space and allow your intuition to guide you. Pile 1, we have this card here. It's the Knight of Wands. All right. So whether the doggy draws you in or the picture, the Knight of Wands energy. Pile 2, we have the Page of Pentacles. All right. It looks like a lab. So we got in South Africa we call them a worsie. It's a Dutch hond. Yeah, this looks like a lab, a sort of doggy here. The Page of Pentacles. And in pile 3, we have the 10 of Pentacles. All right. So, beautiful souls, don't overthink it. Your first instinct is usually your soul speaking. Timestamps are below in the description box. Go ahead, choose your pile, and I will check you there. And thank you for hitting the like button. If you enjoy these doggy spirit messages, let us know in the comments. And let's dive into pile 1. Hey, pile 1. You chose this Knight of Wands with the Dutch horned doggy here, carrying this stick that is way too big for him. Let's tap into your message here. Right away, I'm feeling the energy I'm getting is excitement. Like, the doggy's waggling his tail there. It's like that can't sit still kind of energy, let's go now kind of energy. The Knight of Wands, I feel like a doggy spirit is showing me this, a beautiful eager pup who is so ready for a new journey. There's passion here, there's fire, there's ambition. Wow, 2 cards already fell on the floor. So your doggy spirits are really coming through here. We already have Judgment, and then we have the King of Wands. All right. Okay, but let's go back here. We'll get to these cards now. Yeah, I feel like you're being called to move, to do something, to chase after something that lights you up. But here's the thing, doggy spirit is gently nudging this little worsie here. This little one here is really carrying the stick that is way too big for him. All right, much bigger than him. And it's kind of funny, but it's also the message that maybe you might be taking on too much at once. Like your spirit is excited, your heart is saying go for it, but you may be overloading yourself, trying to carry everything, do everything, be everything at once. And your doggy spirit is coming through saying you don't have to prove your strength about struggling. There's a difference between like passion and burnout. This is also like a reminder to pace yourself. You're allowed to be excited, you're allowed to go after what you want, but not at the cost of your energy, your peace, or your sustainability. All right, so let's just get maybe another 2 or so cards out here. Doggy spirits, if you could come through for this collective for pile 1, what other messages do you have for them? All right, we have the Queen of Wands reversed. And we have the King of Swords reversed. I feel like this message got really deep really fast, because what started off here as excitement and passion, the Knight of Wands, right, is now turning into a message from Doggy Spirit about self-awareness, emotional maturity, and accountability. Very interesting. And honestly, this feels so powerful. Yeah, after the Knight of Wands, we have a Judgment, and it's upright. And so cute, this doggy. This deck also, it explains it basically saying, judge yourself before judging everyone else. Doggy Spirit is basically saying this is a season of reflection, not punishment, not shame, reflection. So I feel like some of you are being called to really look at your choices lately, your reactions, your patterns, your behavior, maybe even the way you've been handling your energy, because I'm hearing you can't move on to the next chapter carrying old habits. And some of you already know what needs to change. There's something here about stepping into a higher version of yourself, a more evolved version of yourself. Like a Doggy Spirit is coming through. Who are you becoming? Because this energy is saying you're at crossroads spiritually, emotionally, mentally, and your next level requires honesty with yourself first. Now, here we have the King of Wands upright. This is mature fire energy, all right? Someone here, you could be a fire sign, all right? It doesn't have to be. You could have strong fire placements. It's just energy. What this is saying here is this is someone who has passion and confidence, but also control. Like this dog here doesn't need to bark the loudest in the room to know who he is. And I feel like Doggy Spirit is showing you that this is the energy you're meant to embody, all right? Focus, grounded, passionate, with purpose, not impulsive, not chaotic, not proving yourself to everyone. This feels like leadership energy. Some of you are, I'm hearing, natural born leaders, creators, healers, entrepreneurs, spiritual guides. But Spirit's also saying your power grows when your energy becomes disciplined. Because, you know, the King of Wands knows when to act and when to pause. Now, where things get interesting is we've got the King of Wands reversed. And we have the King of Swords reversed. Okay? So this is like shadow energy. And it feels like a big check with yourself before you wreck yourself kind of moment from your Doggy Spirits coming through, saying there could be people around you embodying this energy, controlling, arrogant, manipulative, competitive, emotionally reactive. But I feel like for you, this is also maybe a little bit of shadow work, okay? Because I mentioned shadow work, right? Doggy Spirit is like coming through saying, be careful not to let ego take the wheel. Because when you're wounded, triggered, insecure, or trying to prove yourselves, sometimes we can become reactive without realizing it. And the Queen of Wands reverse can become overly focused on validation, attention, or competition. Now, the King of Swords here reversed, this is someone who rationalizes bad behavior instead of taking accountability. So what Doggy Spirit is coming through to say is, are you being honest with yourself lately? Not the version of you that you tell everyone else, not the version of you that you tell everyone else, but the real version. Because, you know, growth does require self-awareness. So I feel like this feels like this power one is actually leveling up spiritually right now. But also your Doggy Spirit doesn't want you to carry ego, pride, resentment, or unhealthy patterns into your next chapter. Now, interesting, the Six of Swords. Now, if you've been following me for a while, I love the Six of Swords card, the transition, moving from rough waters into calmer waters, and each card has got a different meaning on the picture. And this one feels like learning from mistakes. The imagery on this deck is honestly so perfect, because like, yep, I dug through the trash. Yep. I made a mess. Yep. Now I regret it. But the beautiful thing is here is spirit is not, your doggy spirit's coming through, not condemning you, right? This is not you're a bad person energy. This is just you've learned, all right? Sometimes growth is really uncomfortable. Sometimes awakening comes after realizing, okay, maybe I could have handled that differently. But Doggy Spirit is saying here, don't stay stuck in guilt or embarrassment. Learn the lesson. Clean up your mess. Clean up the mess, all right? Keep moving. Because, the Six of Swords is still that card of a transition. It's a transition. You are moving forward. Underneath all of this, you're moving forward. You are leaving behind immature reactions, impulsiveness, emotional chaos, and entering a wiser version of yourself. And honestly, that's something seriously to be proud of. So pile 1, your message from Doggy Spirit is that you are being called into emotional maturity, self-awareness, purposeful leadership. And hey, not everyone is going to have the courage to look at themselves honestly, but you are. And honestly, that's what changes your life. So beautiful soul, if you picked pile 1, this helped you in sort of way, resonated, you enjoyed Doggy Spirit coming through here, drop a doggy paw emoji in the comments if you feel called to. Also maybe a fire emoji, a lot of fire energy here on the table. And if you are part of the soul tribe already, thank you so much for being here, for your love, your support, and your beautiful energy on this channel. Thank you for liking the video, subscribing, and being part of the wolf pack. And I will see you around in the next one. If you feel called to another pile, I'll check you over there, beautiful soul. Love and light. Hey, pile 2, if you chose the Page of Pentacles, I feel like your message here from Doggy Spirit already feels so grounded, calm, and encouraging. This feels very different from pile 1. This feels like the dog that kept showing up every single day, loyal, patient, determined, even when nobody is clapping yet. And honestly, I feel like Doggy Spirit is coming to say they're very proud of you. Doggy Spirit is very proud of you. Hey, whether this is a past over pet or your current pet, they're very proud of you. Their energy is coming through here. The Page of Pentacles is student energy, all right? This is someone learning, growing, practicing, improving. And I love the imagery here in this deck because this pup is really chasing his tennis ball, all right? She or he. Knowing she or he may catch it immediately, may not catch it immediately, sorry. But he keeps going anyway, and that's important. So Doggy Spirit's coming through here. Your consistency matters more than perfection right now. Some of you are really building behind the scenes. Maybe it's your healing journey, maybe it's your confidence, maybe it's your spiritual gifts, your business, maybe it's your finances, your creative work, your stability. And Doggy Spirit just wants you to know that you don't need to push the process. I feel like this pile feels like long-term success energy, not quick success, not overnight success, but sustainable success. And Doggy Spirit keeps showing me this beautiful image of steady paws moving towards, moving forward one step at a time, because there is wisdom in pacing yourself, all right? I'm also hearing stop comparing your timeline. Some of you may feel discouraged looking around at everyone else, zooming ahead. But Doggy Spirit is also saying that some people burn out quickly, all right? You're built for endurance. The zoomy dogs may run fast in the beginning, but you, okay, are learning how to manage your energy wisely. And honestly, I'm hearing that is a gift. But there's also a huge message here about discipline. not punishment, not pressure, gentle discipline, showing up for yourself consistently, taking care of your energy, learning new skills, building confidence through practice. Because the Page of Pentacles knows mastery takes time, and so Doggy Spirit's coming through saying, don't give up just because you're still learning. Everybody starts somewhere. Thank you for hitting the like button, beautiful souls. And let's really dive in here. Wow, okay, so the energy does feel really connected to growth, trust, emotional grounding. It really feels like you're entering a season where small changes become big transformations over time. And Doggy Spirit's emphasizing keep going. Even on days where maybe motivation disappears, even on the days where maybe even progress feels slow, because consistency is creating something powerful behind the scenes. I'm also picking up a message here about self-worth here. Some of you are not really fully realizing how much you've already grown. And Doggy Spirit is just showing me someone who keeps focusing on how far they still have to go instead of honoring how far they've already come. And Doggy Spirit is really lovingly nudging you, that's saying, hey, look at yourself. You're doing better than you think. So this pole really does feel connected to abundance over time, not instant gratification. Real stability, the kind of life that builds carefully, intentionally, patiently. So Spirit is just asking, your Doggy Spirit's coming through, asking you to trust the process right now that you're on, even if it feels slow, because roots grow under the ground, right, before anything blooms above the surface. Okay, and I'm also hearing here that you don't have to chase everything. Whatever is meant for you will beat you steadily effort halfway. And wow, that feels very powerful. So I'm hearing stay steady, stay teachable, stay grounded on your own path. Your determination is taking you further than you realize. And I'm also hearing one day you're going to look back and really realize those daily steps created the life that you were praying for. Wow, this message has just become incredibly beautiful and honestly really emotional in the best way. Like Doggy Spirit really gave us so much messages already from the Page of Pentacles, but we do have more messages here. Doggy Spirit is busy showing me someone who has been growing slowly, steadily, patiently, and now Spirit is starting to show you why this journey mattered. So after the Page of Pentacles, we move to this cute Queen of Cups here. And this energy here feels so nurturing. Like a Doggy Spirit is saying, your sensitivity is not weakness. Your softness is not weakness. Your intuition is not weakness. Like the Queen of Cups knows how to love deeply without losing herself. And I feel like Spirit is just reminding some of you to part two that to trust your emotional intelligence again, because you feel things deeply, you pick up on energy, and you sense when something feels off before anybody else notices. And sometimes that can feel overwhelming. But Doggy Spirit is also saying this is actually one of your gifts. All right. The Queen of Cups, she knows she deserves warmth, care, safety, and comfort. So there's a reminder here that not to pour endlessly into everyone else while neglecting yourself. And Doggy Spirit is literally like nudging you towards emotional balance. Care for others, but hey, what about you? Care for yourself too. Now here we have this beautiful cute Seven of Wands here. I'm going to tell you, all of these cards are so bloody cute. This feels like Spirit is acknowledging how hard you've worked. Your Doggy Spirit's really coming through here, acknowledging how hard you've worked for what you have emotionally, spiritually, mentally, maybe even some of you financially have worked hard for, because this card is talking about You know, you fought for your peace. You fought for your growth. You fought to become this version of yourself. And now there may be people, situations, or energies that are testing your boundaries. And Doggy Spirit's saying, hey, protect your energy without losing yourself in contrast defense mode. Because being defensive all the time, it can be really exhausting. And some of you may feel like you constantly have to prove yourself, explain yourself, defend your choices, defend your healing, defend your boundaries. And Doggy Spirit is saying you don't need to bark at every dog in the park. Okay? Wow. Now that really feels important. That not every challenge deserves your energy. Protect your peace, but don't let hypervigilance, how do you say it? Hypervigilance steal your joy. Sorry if I didn't get that word out correctly. And here, wow, here is the star. Honestly, this is a major arcana, and I feel like this is Doggy Spirit saying, like this is a blessing from Doggy Spirit, from your spirit team. After everything that you've been through, after all the lessons, the slow growth, the emotional healing, Doggy Spirit is saying healing is happening. Hope is returning. Your light is returning. And for some of you, this feels like a recognition too. Like Doggy Spirit is saying, stop dimming yourself. You didn't survive everything. You survived just to keep hiding your magic. The star is such a beautiful reminder that you are being guided right now, even if the path still feels uncertain. All right. This, I feel like, is divine protection around this pile. Your doggy spirits are really with you. And I keep hearing that your doggy spirits want you to know that you're closer than you think. Now, we do have the Five of Wands. And this is so cute. Look at these two puppies. Okay. And immediately here, I feel like this is a little bit of a warning coming from Doggy Spirit about competition, about conflict, ego battles, drama, and unnecessary tension. All right. Especially because the imagery is puppies that are fighting over a stick or playing over a stick, you know. They're saying, like, don't lose yourself trying to win. Okay, some people around you may be projecting insecurities, jealousy, or chaotic energy, or this could even be internal conflict within yourself. Take what resonates, leave the rest, beautiful souls. But Doggy Spirit is saying here, not every fight is worth your peace. Because, you know, sometimes people become so focused on being right, being first, being chosen, being validated, that they tend to stop seeing the people around them clearly. And Doggy Spirit just wants you to rise above the unnecessary conflict. Protect yourself, yes. Stand up for yourself, yes. But don't let drama pull you out of alignment. All right, let's have a look at the bottom of the deck here. We have the Three of Cups, okay? And I love this energy to close out your reading, because after all this growth here, all right, healing, protecting your peace, learning boundaries, Doggy Spirit is also reminding you joy matters also, okay? Connection matters too. Playful matters too. Some of you have been in survival mode for so long that you actually have forgotten life is also meant to be joyful. And Doggy Spirit is like coming through, showing happy dogs running freely here in the park. I mean, look at the owner trampling over that leashes, okay? Yeah, freely in the park, these doggies are fully in the moment, they fully alive. And I feel like this is your reminder to connect with people who make your soul feel lighter, laughing again, celebrating yourself again, allowing yourself to receive happiness without guilt. Because healing is not only crying and shadow work, right, and all those terrible hard lessons that we have to like go through, that we're so over, but we still got to continue. Sometimes healing can also look like joy, right? Healing can also sometimes look like friendship. Sometimes healing can also look like finally feeling safe enough to play again, laugh again, sing again, be silly again, be the weirdo that you are kind of energy, you know. So part 2, your message from Doggy Spirit is this, okay, that you growing into a more emotionally balanced, intuitive, grounded, and spiritually protected version of yourself. Protect your peace, trust your heart, and don't waste your energy on unnecessary battles. And don't forget that you deserve joy as well, because excuse me, a slight bird, this could be confirmation for someone, because Doggy Spirit is coming through, guiding you towards healing, hope, connection, and a future that feels lighter than the past. Beautiful souls, if this resonated, helped you in some sort of way, if you enjoyed this message, drop below the doggy paws and a star, perhaps even a tennis bracket if you feel like chord, you know, so we can feel all into your energy, and let us know that you picked part 2. Thank you so much for being here, for the love that you send this way onto this channel, your likes, your comments, and your beautiful support. And you know, you really are truly part of this soul tribe. Thank you for being here, and thank you for being subscribers. And if you haven't yet, hey, what are you waiting for? If you enjoy these Doggy Spirit messages, let me know so we can do more of this. I mean, these cards are so cute, and they give the cutest, realistic messages, real good messages for us. And I'll definitely be checking you around. If you feel called to more than one pile, I'll check you there. The timestamps are below, beautiful souls. Love and light. Hey, pile 3. So pile 1 and 2 was such cute messages. Let's have a look what cute messages we have here for you. This is the 10 of Pentacles. Your message from Doggy Spirit already feels incredibly deep, grounding, and generational. This feels bigger than the present moment. Also, thank you for hitting the like button, beautiful souls, and letting me know that you chose pile 3. This feels like Doggy Spirit is asking you to really look at the bigger picture of your life, your roots, your family, your patterns, your family patterns, your stability, your future, and the legacy that you're building. And I really like this imagery here in this deck, because there's this joyful dog is running through family energy, right? Through connection, through generations, through the family estate. This feels like this Doggy Spirit is coming through here to remind you that you are part of something larger than yourself. The 10 of Pentacles is also the energy of long game, right? This is not quick success energy. This is long lasting. This is lasting success. This is lasting healing. This is lasting impact. And Doggy Spirit is basically asking, what are you building that will outlive this current moment? Because some of you are breaking generational cycles right now. Some of you are changing the emotional patterns, financial patterns, survival patterns, and even self-worth patterns that have been carried through families for years. And honestly, what Doggy Spirit is saying here is they're acknowledging how hard that is, all right? Because inherited energy is real, all right? And this card is talking about what we inherit, genes, genetics, family genetics, reputation, family reputation, money, burdens, gifts. So what Doggy Spirit is saying, that not everything handed to you was yours to carry forever, okay? And this feels seriously emotional. Some of you have inherited fear. Some of you inherited instability, and some of you inherited pressure, silence, people pleasing, emotional wounds, scarcity mindsets. But some of you also inherited incredible strength, resilience, intuition, loyalty, and heart. And Doggy Spirits is asking you to consciously choose what continues forward from you. Because you don't have, because you, yeah, they're actually saying you do have the power over the legacy that you create. I'm also feeling a huge message here about stability and security. Some of you crave emotional safety, financial security, a sense of real home, belonging, family or community. And a doggy spirit is just saying that the desire is not selfish. You're allowed to want peace. You're allowed to want stability. You're allowed to build a softer life than the one that you came from. And honestly, for some of you, I feel like pile 3, your future, this feels like the future of abundance energy too. Not just money, but richness in life, like rich in friendships, relationships, experiences, emotional fulfillment, because, the 10 of Pentacles is the fulfillment that's meant to last. I'm also hearing strongly here, what kind of emotional home are you creating for yourself? Because legacy isn't just about money. It's not just about financial, right? It's also about the people, how people feel around you, how you love, how you heal, how you treat yourself, what energy you leave behind in every room you enter. So doggy spirit is like saying your energy matters more than you realize. Let's have a look and get some more cards out. We do have all right, let's see here. I have to pause for a moment and just check what this one is again. All right, it's the Four of Cups. All right, it's the Four of Cups. Strength, Page of Wands. And I had to check also what this card means. It is the Three of Swords. It's such a cute Three of Swords. Pile 3. This message really just got deeper. All right, so I just had to quickly pause and look at this card and this card just to double check the meanings quickly of it. And really, the energy I'm getting from it is deep healing, honestly, incredibly powerful. Perhaps there's moments where you had to take pauses as well, since I had to pause in your video just to double check the cards. The energy coming through is incredibly powerful, because doggy spirit is showing me someone who has been carrying a lot of emotions, a lot emotionally, while also trying to figure out where they truly belong, what they truly want, and what kind of future they're trying to build. So after the 10 of Cups, we do have this 4 of Cups here, and immediately I feel emotional exhaustion coming from this card here. The imagery of being tied to too many leashes is honestly such a perfect description, because it feels like some of you are pulled in maybe too many directions at once. Too many expectations, too many emotional responsibilities, too many people needing something from you. And doggy spirit's just coming through. No wonder you feel emotionally overwhelmed. Some of you may feel disconnected from things that once excited you. And doggy spirit's just coming through, so gently pointing out that this isn't because you're lazy or ungrateful. It's because your emotional energy is like overloaded. There's a sense of boredom here too, that you're not in a shallow sense. Yeah, it's not in a shallow sense. It feels like soul boredom, like your spirit is craving something deeper, more meaningful, more aligned. So doggy spirit is saying you've outgrown something, maybe certain connections, maybe it's old routines, maybe it's old emotional patterns. But the beautiful thing about this card is that it says a new perspective can change everything. So doggy spirit is like saying, keep looking up. All right, your new leash on life is coming. Now we do have strength, a major arcana here. And wow, this feels like doggy spirit is reminding you how resilient you actually are. Because I feel like some of you don't even realize how much strength you've shown by just continuing to move forward. All right, the strength card isn't loud power. All right, it's controlled power. This is the inner resilience, emotional endurance, calm under pressure. And doggy spirit's coming through that you don't need to force everything. Some of you are learning how to master your emotions instead of letting your emotions master you. And that's real growth, right? Because strength isn't never feeling hurt. Strength is remaining grounded even when life tests you. And Doggy Spirit is saying, like, your softness, your strength can exist together. And that is really beautiful energy. Now, we do have the Page of Wands here. Immediately, the energy like lightens here. And this feels like Doggy Spirit's encouraging you to reconnect with playfulness, curiosity, creativity, and joy again. Because some of you maybe became so serious about survival mode that you forgot life is allowed to feel exciting. All right? And the puppy here with the stick doesn't fully know what he's doing yet, right? But he's exploring anyway. So what Doggy Spirit is saying is you don't need to have everything figured out before you begin. Try things, create things, explore again. Be messy, be curious, because this feels like there's a new spark that's returning to your life, a new idea, a creative passion, a new beginning. Maybe it's a new version of yourself. And Doggy Spirit is like emphasizing here that don't take yourself so seriously that you stop living. And I'm hearing a few. That's important. All right. Now, we do have the Three of Swords here. He looks so sad here with his little roses, and there's 4 roses here and 3 little treats here. I'm laughing because it's so cute. And it feels tender, right? Because some of you have experienced rejection, criticism, betrayal, heartbreak, harsh words, or situations that really deeply affected your self-worth. And honestly, Doggy Spirit is acknowledging that pain, all right? Because especially dogs, all right, they love so loyally. This feels like the energy of trying so hard to be loved, accepted, understood, and still getting hurt. And some of you may still be carrying wounds and words that was spoken over you from the past. But Doggy Spirit is saying not every opinion deserves space in your heart. If someone projected pain onto you, criticized you unfairly, or made you question your worth, that does not define who you are. So Doggy Spirit is saying stop over offering peace to people who keep wounding you. That part feels big, right? It really feels big because I see some of you constantly trying to fix things, smooth things over, learn love, prove your goodness. And Doggy Spirit is saying real love doesn't require you abandoning yourself. Let's have a look at the bottom of the deck. All right, so I'm sure you saw poking out here the big sun. This is the sun card, another major arcana. What a beautiful way to end this reading. Look at that fluffy bum. It's so cute. So after all the heaviness, the healing, the emotional growth, the heartbreak, the lessons, Doggy Spirit is like showing joy is returning, warmth is returning, confidence is returning, life is returning. Hey, some of you are going into spring and summer, all right? And the sun is just confirmation that you are moving towards brighter energy. This is healing. This is abundance. This is happiness that feels genuine. And honestly, like Doggy Spirit wants you to fully allow yourself to receive it, to bask in the goodness, in the good moment, without waiting for something bad to happen next, right? Because some of you are so used to survival mode that joy almost feels unfamiliar. And Doggy Spirit is saying, you deserve peace also. You deserve laughter too. You deserve sunlight too. So pile 3, your message from Doggy Spirit is this, that you are stronger than the emotional weight that you've been carrying. You're allowed to outgrow old emotional leashes, release painful wounds and words, and reconnect with joy, creativity, and hope again. Your heart may have been bruised, but it's not broken. And Doggy Spirit is guiding you towards a brighter, lighter chapter where you no longer have to survive every moment just to survive happiness. Now, beautiful soul, if this resonated, helped you in any way, if you enjoyed it, perhaps you can put a doggy emoji or pause in the comments with a sun emoji. Thank you all so much for being here and sharing your beautiful energy, your beautiful soul energy here on this channel. To all my amazing subscribers, I see you, I appreciate you. Those that leave comments and like the videos, I'm so grateful to your love and your support here. You truly are part of the soul tribe. So beautiful souls, I'm sending you all love and light and beautiful sunshine. Again, thank you for liking, subscribing, and I'll check you around in the next one. And if you enjoyed these Doggy Spirit readings, let me know in the comments, beautiful souls. I totally enjoyed it. It was quite fun. It's different. I'm thinking of doing them every now and then, or just sticking a Doggy Spirit every now and then into our messages, see what they have to say. Love and light, beautiful.